Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCPW Universe Mode Episode 1. This is WCPW Loaded. We are 4 weeks away from Refuse to Lose, and we have 2 matches scheduled for tonight. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris R. Our 2 matches for tonight are Rampage Brown versus the prestigious one, Joe Hendry. And for the WCPW title, Will Ospreay versus Martin Kirby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into our first match, Rampage Brown, Joe Hendry. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, right out of the gate with an STO, Joe Hendry takes the upper hand. Gonna take some time to taunt his opponent, Rampage Brown here, the prestigious one, Joe Hendry, as he likes to refer to himself as the prestigious one. A very cocky guy, very overly confident. He's paying the price. Rampage Brown scoops him up. Big spine buster. Rampage slams the arm of Joe Hendry right on the canvas. Hendry with a reversal here. Fireman's carry takeover. Hendry gonna get to work here. Brings Rampage Brown to his feet. Irish whip reversed. Hendry over the top rope. And a shoulder block sends him crashing to the ground below. Rampage Brown follows after him. Kick to the abdomen. Referee has begun his count to 10. He's at 2 at the moment. Rampage Brown, I was going to say is in control, but a back body drop from Joe Hendry, and Hendry goes back into the ring. He's a bit of a coward, Joe Hendry is, but to be honest, can't really blame him. He wasn't in a good position there. Big clothesline. Hendry to the second rope. Trying to will Rampage to his feet. Shoulder tackle takes him right back down to his back. Joe Hendry drags Rampage back to his feet again. Fireman's carry takeover from Rampage Brown. Big right hand. Another punch. Snake eyes from Rampage sends Joe Hendry right back into the corner. Rampage lifts Joe Hendry up. What's he got in mind here? And a power bomb. Joe Hendry lands right on his back. Rampage has him up again. And a brainbuster drops Joe Hendry right on the back of his head. Rampage Brown probably looking for that pile driver. Going for it. And Joe Hendry with the reversal into a satellite DDT. Where's Hendry going? Maybe retreating, or he's going to the steel chair. He's got a steel chair in his hand, trying to get disqualified. Rampage Brown having none of it, absolutely none of it, sends Joe Hendry face first into the steel post. Hendry takes the leg out from under Rampage. Where's Hendry going? Hendry walking up the entrance ramp, leaving the ring. And this is proof that Hendry is just a coward, walking away. Rampage is caught up with him, lays him out with a vicious right hand. Right to the chops. Referee at a count of 7. Rampage, not gonna sacrifice the victory, runs back to the ring. And Joe Hendry seems to be quite content with losing by countout, waves at Rampage. And Joe Hendry is the loser. Rampage wins by countout, probably not the way he wanted to. But Rampage Brown accepts the victory. He didn't let any emotions get the better of him. And that is not a good way to debut for Joe Hendry on WCPW Universe Mode. Joe Hendry backstage, livid after that loss. Our interviewer couldn't even get any words with him. But next up, the WCPW title match. Will Ospreay versus Martin Kirby. There you see, that is the prize in the eyes of these competitors. Here you see it again. The WCPW Championship. Will Ospreay, Martin Kirby. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This matchup is underway. Hip toss from Martin Kirby early on. Martin Kirby has control of this matchup so far, but still very early in the match. Will Ospreay coming back into it. Back elbow goes for the forearm. Martin Kirby blocks it. Kick to the gut. Impaler DDT from Martin Kirby. Kirby with a stomp to the stomach. Camel clutch applied to Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay gets a rope break though. Martin Kirby to the top turnbuckle very fast with a lot of agility, goes for a splash. Will Ospreay moves out of the way, brings Kirby back to his feet, handspring into a kick to the side of the head. Will Ospreay now to the top turnbuckle. Reverse 450 splash to the top turnbuckle again. What's he got in mind here? Red arrow from the aerial assassin on the apron now. Springboard shooting star press. Martin Kirby dodges that one. Martin Kirby drags Will Ospreay by the wrist towards the center of the ring, and a fist drop right to the chops of Will Ospreay. Follows it up with a kick to the back. He misses. Head scissors driving the elbows into the top of the head of Will Ospreay. Lateral press hooks the outside leg. 2, and a kick out from Will Ospreay. Martin Kirby feels like that was 3. You could hear the referee's hand hit the mat. But it was just a 2 count, says the referee. Drops a knee on the small of the back. Martin Kirby brings Will Ospreay to his feet. Irish whip reversed off the ropes. And a double knee drop right to the chest, right to the facial area. Ospreay taunting Kirby, telling him to get up to his feet. Ooh, moonsault perhaps. Kirby out of the way, but more double knees from Will Ospreay. Brings Martin Kirby to his feet. Martin Kirby throws him off, punch to the oblique. Right hand to the face and a side Russian leg sweep. Martin Kirby once again in control. Ospreay back into the ring. Oh, and a forearm right off of the face. Ospreay brings Martin Kirby to his feet, drags him towards the center of the ring, kick to the abdomen, and a DDT. Martin Kirby's head bounced right off of the canvas. Will Ospreay with a bit of a taunt. Drags him back to his feet again, standing single arm Spanish fly. Will Ospreay to the top turnbuckle. And a 630 splash. Goes for the pin, hooks the leg back press. And Martin Kirby kicks out at 1. Martin Kirby kicks out of Will Ospreay's 630 splash at 1. Ospreay there went for a lion salt lateral press. 2, when Martin Kirby kicks out again, and Will Ospreay is in a state of disbelief. He can't believe Martin Kirby is kicking out of all of this. Martin Kirby sweeps the leg out from under Ospreay, calling for something big of his own. Bends Ospreay over. Kirby has him up, and the Sable Bomb from Martin Kirby drags Ospreay away from the ropes. Lateral press. 1, and a kick out at 1 from Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay kicks out of the Sable Bomb at 1. The kick from Martin Kirby to the back has no effect. Will Ospreay goes for a Hurricane Rana. Martin Kirby reverses. And a Sable Bomb from Martin Kirby again. Drives the elbow into the side of the patella. Turns Will Ospreay over. And a knee slam coming up from Martin Kirby. Oh, Will Ospreay right back up. These moves having no effect on him. Knocks Martin Kirby out of his wits with a big kick. Irish whip reversed. Over the top rope goes Ospreay. Kirby with a shoulder block. Ospreay on the outside of the ring. Martin Kirby follows him. The matchup is moved to the outside. Ospreay to his feet now. Has Martin Kirby up. And a vertical suplex. But that took a whole lot out of Will Ospreay. You could see him breathing heavily. Took him a lot longer to get to his feet. Goes for a DDT. But Martin Kirby reverses, driving the knee into the body. Will Ospreay into the ring now. And Martin Kirby right on his tail. brings Will Ospreay to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. What's Ospreay got in mind here? Or what's Kirby got in mind, rather? And a body splash to Will Ospreay. Martin Kirby taunting here. Now he's calling for it again. Calling for another Sable Bomb. Picks him up and drives him right into the canvas. Drags Ospreay away from the ropes again. Goes for the pin. Referee down. 1. And a kick out at 1 again from Will Ospreay. Martin Kirby has the arm of Ospreay. Ospreay fighting him off. Brutal left arm to the head. Ooh, Ospreay. Backflip into a tornado DDT. Ospreay to the top turnbuckle. What's he looking for? Red arrow from Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's not finished though. He's still very tired, dragging himself to the top rope. He can barely do it. What's he looking for? Calling Martin Kirby to his feet. Oh, Ospreay gets caught! He gets caught into a Sable Bomb again. Martin Kirby going for the pin and another kick out from Will Ospreay. Neck scissors. Ospreay fights out of it. And a clothesline from Martin Kirby. What a championship bout we have here. Martin Kirby attacks the leg of Will Ospreay, now going to the top rope. And a moonsault! A moonsault from Martin Kirby. Obviously pulling out all the stops. And another fist drop. Martin Kirby going for the arm again. Once again, Will Ospreay not having it. Front face lock. And a Northern Light suplex from Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay going to the top turnbuckle once again. And a red arrow goes for the pin. 1, 2. Was that a kick out or did Ospreay just let that pin go? He's not done. I think Ospreay just decided to not go for that pin. He's going for a 630 splash. He wants to end it on this. We're going to see a replay. 630 splash from Will Ospreay. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Will Ospreay is your new WCPW champion, the first WCPW champion of this universe mode. And there you see him. The referee bringing the championship over, hands it to Ospreay, and Ospreay, visibly joyous at this victory. What a main event we had for you tonight, the first main event of WCPW Loaded. What a night. And now we're backstage and Rampage Brown is being attacked by 2 members of the Prestige, Joe Hendry and El Ligero. And that's Adam Blampier. Adam Blampier, the former manager of Rampage, had saved him from Joe Hendry and El Ligero. What could this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today's episode of WCPW Universe Mode. Remember to like and subscribe.